What's up, guys? So everybody's been asking me about the little scanner, the little gauge thing that I have in my Mini Cooper. So today I'm just going to go over what the gauge actually does, how to use it, and try and answer any questions that you guys might have. So I know what you people are referring to would be this right here. So this is the Ultra Gauge. I will leave a link to the website in the description so people can check it out. But this is the Ultra Gauge. It's very simple to use and is very effective and lets you know everything that your engine is doing. This connects right down here. You guys probably can't see it, but into the OBD port of any car. So as long as you have an OBD2 port, this will work for your car. There's about 105 gauges that this electronic device offers. Not every gauge will be compatible with your car. That I don't know. You'll have to find out when you actually buy the product and connect it to your car. But the way I have mine set up right now, and I'll show you guys how to set it up and such, but I have mine set up for boost pressure, the engine temperature, timing, oil mileage for each oil change interval, intake temperature, and fuel rail pressure. Those are the most important ones that I use every day. This one, I mean, you should be able to determine, you know, how many miles you have in an oil change, but it's just good to have, you know, an idea of how many miles exactly you have on it. It's just good to know. So I have this gauge set up right here. It's meant for the Mini specifically. It's for phones, but it fits this very nicely, and I think it looks pretty good in the interior as well. That's just my opinion. So how it works, let me go over that. Let me pull it out of the mount here. 1 second, if I can get it out. So, pretty much, I have the cable wrapped around here. There's 3 buttons. This is your main home button right here. Right there, I think you can see it there. This is to go up, this is to go down. So, to go through the menu, let me put it back into the holder. Alright, so, you hold the main button back here. And this is the main menu. So you can choose your gauges, right? Fuel menu. Zoom out of there. Fuel menu, vehicle setup, ultra gauge setup, alarms. This does recheck engine lights and trouble codes. And then more options. Obviously you could go to the more options. So you go here to gauge menu. Select gauge page. Select gauges. These are all the different pages you can have as well. So you can have literally 7 pages of different gauges for stuff you want to use. I only use 1 because that's pretty much all I need. But on my gauge 1 here, so this is all the different gauges that you can have. This is for the Mini Cooper. This will apply to other cars as well. I'm just not sure, as meant, like I said before, how many gauges you can have to use in your car. But this will apply. So if you go here next, this is where you can check, you know, this is what it offers here. So yeah, you guys can see the different gauges that are available with so come back now. So there's the different gauges that are available for my car, which there's an abundance. Like I said, I believe my car could read about 70 of the 105 gauges that this device, you know, has, which is really good. So here we go. Vehicle setup, you know, you can go through the different options here. You set your engine size of the car. That's mine, obviously. Fuel tank size. Once you fill up your car, it'll let you know the car's full, or when the car's going to be empty, it'll show you that the car's going to be empty soon. That's really nice to have. You put your fuel tank size there. This is to calibrate it. RPM, everything here. It's really nice. I like the trouble codes a lot because you could clear the check engine light. You could see what codes. Right now my car doesn't have any codes on it, no check engine light. And it can show you also the pending codes, which is really nice to have to see, you know, what else is in the ECU, what it has stored. And like any other, you know, machine, you can clear the codes, which is really handy to have, especially on the fly. Some more performance ready. Very simple to use, very easy. But like I said, this is the setup that I have now. Once again, is, you know, boost pressure, engine temperature, timing advance, oil mileage, intake temperatures, and fuel rail pressure. I mean, obviously boost, I don't have a mechanical boost gauge, so I rely on this heavily to see, you know, what the car is performing at boost wise. It's very accurate from the tune and the setup that I have, the numbers that it shows, compared to using like a, you know, a mechanical boost gauge that taps right into your intake system to draw boost pressure from the manifold and such. So this is very spot on in my opinion from what the car is supposed to be performing like. Engine temperature, good to have, obviously. Timing, just to see, you know, how the timing events on the car is. Intake temperatures is important to have as well, you know, to see if the car's heat soaking or how the car's running on a certain day. And fuel rail pressure, I think is good to have just to see if your fuel pump is operating properly. You can see online, check like your spec, what your fuel rail pressure should be at idle and what it should be at, you know, at watt and wide open throttle. Check the numbers to make sure that your car is in the proper pressure zone, pretty much, because if not, it might mean that your car's starving for fuel. You'll be able to tell, or if the car's getting too much fuel, you'll be able to tell from what's normal. Luckily for mine, it's right. The Mini Coopers usually run somewhere between like 650 and 750 at idle, and that's exactly where it is. So the car is perfectly fine with the fuel pump on fuel. I like this device a lot. It looks good. It's one of the nicer looking digital gauges out there and is very price affordable. It's very similar to the scan gauge. I just think that this one has a little more to offer. I definitely recommend it for anybody. This works for any kind of car. Like I said, as long as it's OBD2. I just don't know what gauges would be available for it, but I definitely think it's worth it. It monitors everything on the fly just as you're driving. It'll tell you everything what's going on. So it definitely is worth it. I believe it's like $79.99 still. I've had this for over a year and a half, almost 2 years now, and I literally have zero complaints about it. No, this does not tune. Let me flip it around. This gauge does not tune the car. A lot of people think that little ultra gauge is the tuner for my car, and that's not the case at all. It just monitors everything that my engine is doing. So you can't tune the car off of that. People often make a mistake thinking that that's my tuner when it is not. That does not change tunes in my car. I cannot tune with that on my car. It is not a tuner. It is just a digital gauge to show what the engine is doing when you are operating your vehicle. That's all it does, and it's very good at it. It's very effective. Like I said, I highly recommend it. It's very inexpensive. Like I said, it's only like $80, and on the website, you can buy different mounts. There's little Velcro mounts or little mounts so you can, you know, place the gauge on your dash. There's windshield mounts as well. You can put it on the window if you want to do it like, you know, how people mount their GPSs and such. You can do it that way. And it's very convenient because it just plugs into the OBD2. So you have it plugged in all the time and it'll be okay. It does shut off when you turn off the car, so it won't drain your battery. As long as, you know, just shut off your car, it'll shut off with the car. So it's very convenient. I like it. You can hide all the wires. I hid all my wires behind, you know, my dash panels here, so you can't see anything except for the wire towards the top where my dash is. Besides that, you can't even see it until it's plugged into the bottom. So you can make it look really nice and sleek. You can set it up in different ways. You know, people, like I said, I've seen people put it on their windshield. I've had some people put it, you know, under or here on the Minis, like right in this area right here where the front of the car is like down there. I don't know if you can see it, but people put it there. I like it up here. This is the setup I have right now. So it's set up right here. Very effective. You can see it while you're driving, and I like it because it fits in with the flow of the rest of the dash of the car. So as I'm driving, I can still see what's going on as I'm driving, just like you're looking at your speedometer or your RPMs and such. So I definitely recommend it. I know a lot of people ask about it all the time. A lot of people ask what product it is. So like I said, this is the Ultra Gauge. I believe this is the version 2, if I'm not mistaken, that I bought. I think there's a version 4 now, or version 3 or 4, something like that, that's a little more updated. It's a little more expensive. If you want something like that, go for it. Like I said, I bought the version 2 almost 2 years ago now, and I've had zero issues with it. It's never really laggy. It's pretty much on time when you're driving. You know, I put my foot into it, and boost goes up, intake temperatures drop, you know, so it does its job on the fly, and that's really good. It's nice to monitor your car when you're driving. So like I said, this is for any OBD2 car that's from 1996, I believe, and up. It'll work for your car. I don't know what gauges will be available. If you go to the website, you can see what cars it works for. I believe you choose your car. I don't remember entirely, but I believe you choose your car when you go to purchase the device. and when you go to purchase it, you pick your car and it'll tell you if it's compatible or not. So I would do that first before ordering it. But like I said, I don't know what gauges will be available for your car. If you do have a Mini Cooper S, you know, and you want to see boost pressure, engine temperatures, things like that, it'll work for your car. I know I have a friend, he has a, if I'm not mistaken, what would it, I forgot what car he has, I'm sorry. But, oh, it's a GTI. I don't know why I forgot. He has a Mark V GTI, and it reads everything that my car reads, but unfortunately it doesn't read its boost pressure, which is not a big deal. You know, you can always get, like I said, a regular gauge for that. But some of the gauges that work for my car don't work for his, and vice versa. He gets some gauges that I don't. So it all depends on the car. It all depends what this can read from your ECU, from what your ECU allows your car to read. So do your research a little bit before purchasing it. In my opinion, it's definitely very, very inexpensive, and it's worth it. It does a lot. It lets me know what my car is doing. And I think it looks pretty good. Depending how you mount it, it looks very flush with the whole setup of your interior. And, you know, it gets people asking. So I definitely recommend this product. Go out and buy it. The shipping was fine. It was like a week to get it, maybe a little less than a week to get it. And, you know, you can pick any mounts that you want that come with it. Or if you want a phone mount, like a regular phone mount that you can buy for a car, this will fit into it. So, like I said, for the Mini Coopers, I bought this off of Amazon. This is one of those just regular phone mounts, and I just put it in where the phone goes, and it sits nice and flush right here. So this is what you can make it look like if you decide to go this route right here, and you can move that around. It looks really nice. So all in all, once again, I'm going to repeat myself, you can buy this, and it is definitely worth it for only $80. If I'm not mistaken, the price is still $80. That's what I paid for it. Definitely inexpensive, definitely worth it, very easy to use. Comes with, you know, the little manuals and stuff like that. So go out, check it out. If you want an inexpensive gauge that'll let you know what your car's doing, go for it. Like I said, I will leave the website description down below in the description, the website, so that you guys can go and check it out. And that's it. I mean, if you guys have any more questions, let me know in the comments. I'm gonna link everything down below, and hopefully, you know, this gave you a little personal opinion on what I think about this. So like I said, if you guys have any questions, let me know down below. If you do buy it, let me know how it is. Let me know if you enjoyed it or not. So thank you for watching. Have a very good day. New videos to come out soon. Thanks.